Hello, my name is the Bad Mini Painter. That's my name because I'm bad. There are plenty of good painters on YouTube, and if you want to see how to paint absolutely beautiful models, you have to go watch one of those. Now, I hate push fit models. This is one of them. And I do that because I have fat fingers and I break stuff. Luckily, this was fairly easy to fix. The little spikes poked into my fingers while putting them all together and broke. Lovely, right? Anywho, base color, Death Guard green, because Death Guard. Yeah, that makes sense, right? So my mission here is to show you how to get a decent result, fast and easy, because besides being bad, I'm also lazy. I ended up giving it 3 coats of the Death Guard green, by the way, thin ones. And now I dry brush with Elysian green. I found that making the Death Guard fairly bright before adding wash gives a result that makes me happy anyway. So fairly bright greens over the Death Guard. And next up is ochre camo, a bit lighter. As you can see, I've changed the brush because I didn't want to smear quite as much as I wanted with the first coat. And finally a dry brush on the hive ash, and more gently just touching, hoping to get all the raised areas. And there is a lot of corners and bumps and so on to catch. So it's pretty well suited for dry brushing. Wonderful. Next it's Balthasar Gold. Yeah, I said that correctly. And that's for all the trims. Try to be fairly careful with it, not to hit my awesome base color. Normally I use Screaming Bell, which is a really reddish bronze for my Death Guard, but I felt like trying something new. And I kind of like this one better. It's a bit brighter. Lead Belcher for the spikes, the guns, all the metal parts, basically, on the model. Ushabti Bone for the, I think it's some kind of exhaust or bending system, but it looks like protruding bones, so yeah. And now for the wash. I'm using dark brown from Vallejo. It comes on a lot grimier than what it looks like when it's dried, and it's very runny. So I felt like that was the perfect choice. It's not as highly pigmented as Citadel's, so yeah, I kind of prefer that one for Death Guard. And as you can see, it's very runny. Next, it's Pale Skin from skill 75. It's one of my favorite like sickly skin paints because it's highly pigmented but not dry. A lot of Citadel's paints have tendency to be quite crunchy when you have had them for 5 seconds. For the wires, I use Doom Death Black from 2 thin coats. It's just it's a really cool black, nice coverage, dries nicely. Now to make the skin look sick, I decided to mix Purple Alchemy with some contrast medium and smear it on the skin. And it it gives a pretty cool result when it's dried. It looks quite good, as you can see here. Dark Reaper to highlight the wires. Just it's kind of routine for me to do that. Null oil for the metal, for the lead belcher. You know the drill. And I try to stab it in. Next it's Morghast bone, and I do that for the projectiles, rockets things, because they look kind of bony on the box art thing. So I decided instead of doing them in a pale white, I will try to do it in a like warmish bone. Spirit Stone technical for the little eye. It's a nice technical paint. It leaves like a glossy glass kind of look, and it works quite well. Now it's time for highlighting some metals, and I do that with Stormhost Silver. And that's some edge highlighting and making the teeth in front look a little bit sharper. It's just to add some interest and a bit of look of wear and tear for the metal. Next I go in with Berserker Red for the tips of the rockets. I think it was a good choice. It ended up looking well, it looks like something, but also it looks kind of good. Screaming Skull to highlight the bony parts, which you can't see right now. That's some awesome editing. There we go, a lot better. And for a final highlight, Ochran Camo, just for highlighting the green areas, just the edge highlighting. It really does make a difference to spend the time, so I highly recommend it. And it's something that is noticeable even from a distance that you have done that. And here's the finished result. Could have been a lot worse. Could also have been a lot better, but I really like how the skin ended up looking, and it's such an easy way to achieve that result. I've seen people like dry brushing and putting like an insane amount of work into achieving like sickly looking pale skin. But this is a very easy way to do it, and it looks good. Now something I would have wished I'd done would be to remember to paint the pustules, the sits all around it. I totally forgot that, and now I'm done. So, well, snooze you lose. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe for more similar content in the future. Thank you for your time, and I will see you on the next upload.